Fight for boxing. How does that go down? Just break it down for us a little bit. We want to see it obviously happen.
I ain't gonna break it down to you. You know what I mean? How it's gonna happen, but the strategy is me leaving with my hand. You know, rolls and everybody mouth dropping. That's how I can, you know, sums it up in a little bit of.
Terence Crawford is taking the Canelo Alvarez fight seriously, and he's proving it with intense training footage that's already making waves among fans and boxing insiders. From mastering the weight transition to honing his technique, Crawford appears to be ticking all the right boxes in preparation for the biggest fight of his life. In newly released footage, he can be seen shadowboxing, signaling the start of a focused training camp. Crawford showcased a wide array of skills, firing off crisp jabs and sharp combinations. His physique looked noticeably bulkier, indicating he's already adapting to the 168-pound weight class. The boxing community is divided on what they're seeing. One fan wrote, "Sharp as hell added power and still kept his speed." Another commented, "Looked like he'll outbox Canelo. That's his best chance," but not everyone agrees. Critics argued, he looks slower, maybe even aging, while others claimed Canelo will retire him. Only Fight Night will reveal whether Crawford can truly compete at this weight. The American dominated the 147-pound division for years and is already a 4-division champion. A win against Canelo could cement his legacy among the all-time greats. With 3 months to go, he's deep into training. Despite Canelo's natural size advantage, Crawford has a history of overcoming the odds as seen in last year's grueling points victory over Israel Madrimov. Still, Canelo isn't without his own challenges. In his most recent bout, he struggled to dominate William Skull despite reclaiming undisputed status. Crawford believes his adaptability gives him the edge. "I like to feel my opponent out and adjust. Nobody I've faced has figured me out. I'll do the same here. I'll feel great at 168. No need to worry about the weight." Crawford, a 2-weight undisputed world champion, is preparing for what could be the most pivotal night of his career. But before the battle in Vegas, he got into a different kind of showdown. Fellow Nebraskan and longtime friend Steven Nelson posted a viral Instagram video of the two engaging in a playful, yet intense, power slap contest. Nelson ended up with a busted eardrum, though some fans questioned the authenticity of the video.
Let's go. 1, 2. Damn, bud.
The clip showed both men standing across a table, mimicking a traditional slap fighting setup. Crawford landed a thunderous slap on Nelson's face, who then collapsed theatrically. "My face hurts. I think Bud busted my eardrum," Nelson wrote. Given that Crawford is jumping to divisions to face one of the sport's hardest hitters, the video may be a strategic way to demonstrate his own power.
Feel like I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously.
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not.
Regardless of the clip's authenticity, it highlighted the bond between Crawford and Nelson. The two have trained together since childhood, with Nelson regularly appearing on Crawford's undercards. Now, he also plays a leadership role at Crawford's B&B Boxing Academy. Regardless of the clip's authenticity, it highlighted the bond between Crawford and Nelson. The two have trained together since childhood, with Nelson regularly appearing on Crawford's undercards. Now, he also plays a leadership role at Crawford's B&B Boxing Academy.
The speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out, from Kirkland to Amir Khan to just. Obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not.
Considering their long-standing friendship, many fans believe the clip was a staged way to promote Crawford's punching power. Comments flooded in after its release, some praising the acting, others calling it fake. Great acting, all fingers. Lol, one user joked, suggesting Nelson might be more than just a sparring partner, he's also a loyal friend.
Kovalev was older. He does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you named is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night and day.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo go?
It's a tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always have respect for Canelo.
Another viewer called it definitely a fake smack, while one fan noted, it looked cool even if it wasn't real. Some even speculated Crawford might have a future in Dana White's Power Slap League. Others pointed out subtle tells that suggested the video was staged, noting how Nelson's body felt versus how a real knockout would look.
Believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too.
One fan dissected the footage, claiming only a train eye could see the slight missteps. If Bud connected for real, Nelson would have collapsed differently. Meanwhile, another skipped the analysis entirely, urging, stop playing and get ready for Canelo, whether the slap was real or not. The video added buzz to a fight already brimming with anticipation.
And beating up big dudes all my
Cause they underestimate your Bud.
It's just, even if they didn't, I'm gonna beat you up. You know, I can fight.
Right.
You know, so if you watch, like, all these dudes bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't care, but I'm gonna find a way to win, no matter what.
In September, are you gonna pull this? I shook up the world. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you.
Despite Nelson's best efforts to hype Crawford's power, some fans remain skeptical. Still, the September 13th showdown between the undefeated Crawford and Canelo will capture global attention not just because of its stakes, but due to increasing speculation about Crawford's future. Some insiders, including those close to the Mayweather camp, believe a win could signal the end of Crawford's legendary career.
Your answer right there.
Hi, Terence. What do you think about?
I wouldn't say I'm chasing Canelo. You know, I think that's a broad statement. I just want the opportunity, you know, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. You know, he's the most accomplished fighter in today's sports of boxing, other than myself. And I would just, you know.
Crawford has kept quiet about what comes next. During a fan Q&A in Sydney, he said, I don't think ahead. I eat when the food's on the table right now. I'm focused on Canelo at 168, that's it. Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle, and a respected trainer, offered a different view. In a recent interview, he predicted, if Bud beats Canelo, that's it. He walks away.
You know, fight another great. That's it. I think it'll be the biggest fight in the sport of boxing today.
Terence, one thing as well, one of your former opponents, and I know you said hi to him yesterday, Amir Khan was here obviously. There is rumors, and he actually said that he's speaking to Jake Paul's team today for a potential matchup. There's talks with him and
Jeff Mayweather didn't hesitate when asked if a win would mean retirement. Absolutely. It'd be one of the greatest achievements ever, jumping 3 weight classes. Besides the legacy, Crawford is set to make a huge payday, and estimated $10 million, with a net worth already between $8 and $18 million. Money could also play a role in his post-fight decisions.
Amir Khan stepping into the ring with the influencer scene. What happens with these guys? You've been in the ring with him.
Amir Khan too small for Jake Paul. You know, Jake's is too big, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Amir is my guy. You know, I just think Jake too big.
What about KSI? That's on the table as well.
KSI and Jake could be a better fight. You know, I think
like two fights.
we in two different weight classes.
A win against Canelo wouldn't just boost Crawford's legacy, it could change everything. While retirement is an option, victory could just as easily inspire him to keep going. Amir Khan, who faced both men in his career, understands the challenge of jumping weight. He moved from welter to middleweight to face Canelo in 2016.
Both, like, what are the differences between them?
When I fought Canelo, I was probably ahead on points, Khan told Sky Sports. While he was too big and strong, he absorbed my shots and waited for one big punch then ended it. Khan also fought Crawford and was stopped in 6 rounds. Crawford was stronger than me, even as a 147-pounder. Right now, Crawford looks unbeatable, but so does Canelo, especially against smaller opponents.
What are some of those goals that you want to get, or what's like something you just have to achieve in your career?
Just fight the best and try to do the best fights out there and that people enjoy, like I always do, moving up in weight classes and go down and win world titles. That's the only thing I want in my.
Khan warned against underestimating Crawford. He's a brilliant technical fighter. If he puts on weight correctly, he's a big 147-pounder. Sure, Canelo hits harder, but does he have the same stamina? Skill might beat power, we'll see. It's gonna be a hell of a fight.
Others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam, but, you know.
Since retiring in 2022, Khan has shifted into promoting and is currently hosting a show in Ghana. It's a new chapter for me, he said. I've learned a lot from different promoters over the years. Now, I'm putting those lessons into action with my own stable of fighters.
So many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another. You know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned.
I'm planning to do shows in the UK too, but Ghana was a great starting point, Khan added. Meanwhile, Oscar De La Hoya never one to hold back has stirred up controversy yet again. Known for his bold opinions, De La Hoya frequently challenges the status quo in boxing.
Now, what the media is reporting, and it's circulating, is that Canelo Crawford is the biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight.
On June 12th, during his Clapback Thursday segment, De La Hoya ripped into the Canelo versus Crawford bout and Dana White's involvement in boxing promotion. He criticized the massive weight difference and questioned Crawford's chances. Crawford went live fan death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's going to do? Run him out of the ring?
Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov? Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's going to do to him? Run him out of the ring. You know what's laughable also? Dana White being named the promoter of this fight, considering he's never been in the boxing space. Has no stable of boxers.
De La Hoya didn't spare Dana White either, initially announced as co-promoter. White was later overshadowed by Saudi Arabia's Turki Al-Shik. Dana White has no experience in boxing. De La Hoya said, he didn't negotiate anything. He's being handed this fight like a trust fund. Baby.
Do they not give a about the fans or viewership? Why is it that Canelo has to fight during the day on Mexican Independence Weekend? And UFC with a roster of names I've never heard of is going on prime time. Cinco de Mayo. He's fighting in Riyadh, and now he's fighting during the day on the biggest weekend in boxing. Yeah, Canelo will fight anywhere. Anytime he's told, because he doesn't get... All he cares is about the money. Doesn't get about the fans. About tradition. The Mexican weekend tradition.
With White...
And is being handed this fight on a silver platter. Promoter. He's the trust fund baby of boxing. That's it. The trust fund baby of boxing. And get this. The fight will take place during the day on September 13th in Las Vegas. During the day. So Canelo will fight during the day on Netflix just to accommodate UFC Noche later that evening on a different network. So does that mean